Unfortunately, I cannot speak Dutch. I'm sorry. I can only say one sentence. And I don't think it's really good, but I'll give it a try. Een groot patat speciaal met gebakkene uitjes. Alsjeblieft. Well, good, yeah? All right, thanks for having me. My name is Sebastian. I'm co-founder and CEO of Shopware. I founded Shopware 24 years ago, together with my lovely brother, in the age as a teenager. And personally, I'm dad of a two set of twins. I think it's very seldom. And guess what? The second twins were born on my birthday. So I have double twins and triple birthday. That's a little bit crazy, to be honest. I'm into commerce since, a long decade, I have to say. And I'm personally interested in user experience, design, iconic design, and all these kind of stuff. All right, so what I would like to talk about is first where we come from and why community matters. So I take you with me a little bit into the history of Shopware as it all started and how I came to this community-driven approach. Then very quickly where we are and where Shopware is positioned in the market, and then where we go, right? And a little bit into how I or we as Shopware see the future of commerce. All right, let's go into it. So where we come from. This is a picture for me and my brother, 35 years old at least, a little bit around this age. And growing up in my family is a lot of fun. We were very different. So my brother as a kid was always more into technology and science, while I was more into the creative part, like, building Lego bricks and painting. However, always as we achieved something at kids, I was building this kind of flying pirate ship with Lego bricks, and my brother was more like, taking the piano of my father, the keyboard apart with a screwdriver. It was always fun, because everyone knows that if you're a kid and you achieve something, you feel proud, right? You have joy and fun. You are energized because you did something. This happened by us, right? But in different kind of dimensions. My brother and I are totally different, to be honest. Well, and then time flies, and Santa had a big present for us in our family. It was this computer. Is someone here in the room who knows this computer? What is it? Exactly. It's the Commodore C64. We got from Santa back then. And guess what was the most important thing here? Yes, it was the joystick, right? The Competition Pro. Because, we were into gaming as kids, and we were, gaming like hell. Unfortunately, or at least fortunately, our parents decided to take the only cartridge away and say to us, look, boys, go outside and play with the other kids. That's what happened. But I have a really cool brother, this one here, and who just started to develop his own computer games. And this was really, really funny, and I joined. And of course, it was not Fortnite back then, right? It was not these kind of computer games you now experience. We started with text adventures. We started with very easy things. But again, coming back to if you achieve something, you're really proud. You're just, reaching the next type of thing. And then the monitors were getting bigger. Also, the height was a little bit, the weight was higher, to be honest. And then the next very, very important thing in our life as kids happened. Guess what was it? Yes, it was this little device. It's a modem, right? High-speed internet connection, 30K in the 90s. And we were blown away by what we saw. We just saw, there is something more than just computer games. There were also, really cool internet websites with animations, back then also with Macromedia Flash, if some of you remember. And, you can chat with other people there. You can get in touch with them. And it was very easy and very simple. As kids, we just wanted to build exactly what we saw, the same kind of type of experiences, websites, animations, and all this kind of stuff. And we started. How do you do that? With books, right? I mean, it was the 90s back then. There was no YouTube or something like that. You need to buy books online, or at least not really online with the ring phone, because you don't find these specialized books in these kind of bookstores. So we did this, and it worked out, and it was become very early clear in our small village where we grown up. A lot of people tried to reach out to us and asking us for, can you build this kind of website? Can you do this and this and that? Yeah, at least it was too much to just earn a little bit money next to school. So we needed to found a company, and this was in 2000. And at least in Germany, I don't know about the Dutch region, but at least in Germany, you need to be 18 years old. So in order to do that, we needed to go to a lawyer. Yeah, and then we did it. And then my uncle came to us and asked us, hey boys, can you build for me a web shop? He has a very small office store in our small village shopping then. And we said, yeah, we can give it a try. And we discovered the market, what kind of solutions were available then. And it was, I don't know, someone here in the room who remember OS Commerce? Yeah, it was one of the first open source available web shop solutions, right? And we were going into it, and we gave it a try. But honestly, this was not what we would like to see doing online shopping in terms as a teenager, right? It was not cool enough for us in terms of design and also in terms of technology. And this was the reason why we started to invent Shopware. As we just tried, we created a new software that fits in our perspective the latest trends in terms of user experience, design, and also technology. This is how it was and how it comes along. And of course, it was not always in Germany. We say Friede, Freude, Eierkuchen. I don't know if you have these kind of words here. That's in roses or something like that in English. Of course, because you have to always struggling in terms of going next to school and being self-employed and everything at the same time, right? In the morning we were going to school, then our parents were saying, oh, this is super important, please do it. And then you have all these tests and things, and then in the afternoon and until night we were working for customers, right? And everything at the same time. And you never know, what if both would fail, right? We would have no safety net, we don't have rich parents or something like that, nothing. But what I always experienced in my life is that the positive emotions oversizing, the negative ones, always. We simply just continued what we did and wanted to achieve really cool experiences and great things. And that all the time. And to be very frank here, if a banker would have come to us and would have asked us, boys, what's your business plan? We would have been said, look, what's the business plan? We simply don't know. And I would lie to you if I would stand here and would say, look, 24 years ago, I had this master business plan to scale in the US and everything that is currently happening with Shopware. This is simply not true. As we started, we just wanted to build great websites, great online shops, great user experiences. This is how it all started. And why is it important? Because I think, personally, emotions are driving us. Everyone here in the room is driven by emotions. And this is what I experienced in my career and in my whole life, because as we were just doing these things, a lot of people were joining us at Shopware. A lot of top talents were joining our company as we just started. They were coming from, also as first across Germany from different kind of cities, were coming to our small village shopping to work with us. So like-minded people who were also fascinating in terms of using the latest technologies, available open source technologies, were coming to us and working all together. And then in 2010, we started to do a very, very important, or we made a very, very important decision for Shopware and for the whole development of the company. And guess what was it? What was it? Going open source. Sure, going open source. And this is not an easy one, because if you have a running company like we had then at Shopware, we, at least were, I would guess, 40, 50 employees. They all want to get their salary paid, right? If you can understand. And we had at least, I don't know, hundreds of commercial customers running on our systems. So the decision to go open source and to give your software for free was not an easy one. But we strongly believed in it and made it because we experienced using open source technologies is great. And we saw that it makes a lot of sense to go open source and to give the software stack to a lot of different people who can build something out of it with their different experiences and verticals. And then the development, goes, yeah, you can say it a little bit this way. This is the Google Trends, right? You can see it. Yeah, it was skyrocketing. It was really overnight. We had 100,000 downloads. It was quite impressive for us to see how this can develop, right? And people trust people and are connecting with each other, building something on top of that. And this is why I believe that events like these, connecting with people, working with people, with like-minded people, is so important. Let's come to the next part of where we are and where we position with Shopware. So it worked out. Empowering the mid-market, this is where we see our sweet spot at Shopware with our core values: open, authentic, and visionary. And by the way, these values are not just spoken words. We prove ourselves every day. Is it really open what we're doing? Is it authentic? Never lose the foot on the ground. Meet people always in eye level. And is it visionary enough? Or should we need to make, more bold moves and more bold decisions, right? This is how we also steer as a management team at Shopware ourselves. Well, mid-market is our sweet spot, and this is where Shopware counts in. And it's especially if you see the market, mainly big tech is trying to force merchants, how I experience it very often, into these two buckets. And this is more small business bucket, or at least large enterprise solutions. But there is in between a range of merchants who really needs the flexibility, right? And yes, they have the request for a lot of features that are usually more in the enterprise space, but they simply don't have the budget like you would normally have as a large enterprise organization, right? And therefore, this is where Shopware fits in. And yeah, I mean, you probably know this. We have 45,000 installations, so customers running on our platform, transferring in 2023 22 billion GMV over it. I'm very proud that in Germany we are the #1 solution, but also the eMerce magazine called us the #1 open commerce platform here in this region, where we're very proud of. And a lot of really large brands trust in Shopware, and it's working really, really well. One point I would like to spot on is that especially the combination of B2C and B2B, so the blended motion is something where Shopware can create a lot of value, and at least where I see a lot of the trends currently going. So a lot of brands and customers decide to go with Shopware because on the one hand, these are consumer brands who decide to take a technology stack that is also able to build on, have sophisticated B2B capabilities. I see a lot of consumer brands that are just evaluating, or at least decide to go with Shopware to make B2B capabilities on top. And on the other hand, you have a lot of B2B brands who are searching and looking for a sophisticated tech stack to also start verticalizing and make a direct B2C approach, or at least decouple it with the D2C brand. So from both sides, at least, you see this development. So it's more and more this blended approach. And I think what is also very impressive is that, at least also for me, that 60% of our customers are already using B2B capabilities next to B2C, for example, right? So this is where Shopware fits perfectly in from our positioning, mid-market space, a lot of flexibility there, and the blended motion of B2C and B2B brands. Very quickly to B2B, we see, and we heard already, in the track before here, we're a little bit talking about B2B and so on. We see B2B as a unified space where you have this seamless self-service and assisted service buying experience in a holistic way. And I think this is very important, at least what I experience with a lot of B2B companies. It's not only this kind of self-service portal or the classical online shop, the B2B shop, where you go in, register, and make your orders. the journey of B2B is more complex, and you need to cover all the data points and all the touch points to have a really unified overview of it. Especially the assisted buying experiences, it's about the employees of the B2B space. We were hearing a lot about this kind of consumeration of B2B. Yes, this is great, and this is needed. I think everyone will agree. A better user experience that is more tailored, or let's say that are more into the best practices of the B2C field, of course, right? But this is just let's say not the largest portion of B2B commerce what I experienced since then, and I have a lot to do with a lot of B2B companies. It's more or less that the sales agents that also need to hit their quota, the employees of the B2B that also needs to be aware of and use your technology stack. And this is what we at Shopware are also facing and aiming for, where we have these digital sales room solutions or sales agent toolings where you give your employees then the tooling. You can send, I think Ben just quickly faced this topic, send out a link, for example, to a merchant or to a retailer as a B2B organization. You click on it, and you are directly connected in the web shop via video camera. You don't have to install anything, and you can co-browse the merchant and the retailer through the web shop, and you can, see him via camera. You can speak, in native language. Everything digitalized, and at the same time, you have all the data available on your screen as a sales agent, and this is so powerful. And it works really, really good. If you're interested in, you can ask me afterwards. So I think I don't have time to go too much into this topic. But just to give you an example of how we see B2B and where we see the future of B2B is also going to, that you have this unified picture. All right, then let's quickly talk about where we go with Shopware and where we see the future. So if you look up to the evolution of commerce, as I started 23 years ago, it was, in year 2000, it was mainly about digital foundations, bringing your catalog data online. We saw the rise of the marketplaces, Amazon, eBay then, right? It was mainly about bringing products online. In 2010, we saw a great breakthrough with mobile and social commerce then, right? These mobile commerce, it was very, very fresh, and some people were already questioning it, like, okay, is it really the case that people would order stuff with their smartphone or with their iPhone? Oh yes, it worked like hell, as we all know nowadays, right? Yes, and since 2022, we see a new development, especially new technology trends I found super interesting. And this is the rise of spatial computing and artificial intelligence, for sure. Spatial computing, probably everyone here in the room saw the announcement of, or at least the release of Apple Vision Pro. Especially since then, and since Meta Quest were coming out, spatial computing is more popular. But in the end, it's about immersive experiences, more 3D, more natural experiences that are coming along our path. And the really interesting point is that these technologies, spatial and AI, are changing the way how digital commerce will be in the near future. I'm pretty sure. We see now faster innovation cycles, 10 times faster, since everything I experienced since I founded Shopware, everything. Nearly every month you can see a new breakthrough in this kind of technology. I'm into the open source space, in spatial computing, for example. So much cool things happening there. You can upload 2D images, and it automatically generates you really quality high 3D assets out of it. In the AI space, as we all know from Google, from OpenAI, so a lot of things are along our path. And as it took you once 10 years to have a really great breakthrough in innovation, it nowadays is only about 12 months. Think about this, 12 months, so 10 times faster innovation cycles. So the question to you guys would be, are you prepared for this that is coming along your path? If you just think about it, how fast the industry and how dynamic the industry is going. Of course, this has a lot to do with shopper behavior, consumer behavior in B2C and B2B space. So how we see the future of commerce is mainly into these two buckets. First, here on this side, an assistant-led commerce where you can have automated all the rational buying decisions. I'm pretty sure every one of us will have in the near future a kind of personal AI assistant who understands you, who knows exactly what you need, right? It's totally different if you are, let's say, early 20 years old and you're coming right out of from the university, or if you are 40 years old and have, a family with a lot of kids and so on. So who understands what really you need and can automate things, can make predictions and recommendations to you, right? And I think highly automated rational buying decisions, this is all about assistant-led commerce. And by the way, also for B2B. B2B offerings, B2B negotiations could be all done by machine learning and by, AI assistants. I'm pretty sure this will come along our path. And in this world where everything gets so much automated, experiences, I truly believe, experiences will become the most important factor in digital commerce. Highly interactive and engaging experiences where you can connect with people, where you have a different kind of experience and where emotions are, driving us as a human. We are all humans. Why can't you be part of a cinema movie, for example, as you do online shopping? Why can't it be this kind of interactive storytelling while you do online shopping? Honestly, shopping nowadays is also very two-dimensional, very flat, right? Why can't it be a little bit more entertaining, like being part of a computer game, right? Having some achievements, gamification approaches inside it. Or at least in the B2B space, as I just explained, this kind of video shopping tooling where you have assisted journeys, more humanized. I'm pretty sure this will come along our path very soon with the type of pace that is currently happening in our industry. This will come along. And I have just some examples for you, how we at Shopware are currently also investing in these spaces and what we can already offering you. And it's just, it's not like in 5 years, and I'm not talking about that everyone will have an Apple Vision Pro or a Meta Quest right now. This is not what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking also about what you can do today to just improve the experiences so that you can start using the new technologies that is, given in your hand and everyone can use it today. So one of the experiences and new things we offered is called immersive elements. It's a storytelling feature next to the content management system that is integrated in Shopware. And then you have new building blocks. You can see it on the right side or here in this small video here. And you can just drag and drop some new elements inside your Shopware shop administration. And then you can create, you can use 3D models, as you can see here. You can insert spatial audios there and cylinder galleries with a lot of new kind of experiences, and very easily without having to hire developers or something like that. You just drag and drop it, add the pictures, add the 3D models, and then that's it basically. And then you can have these cool things, what I can show you in a second also more detailed, where you can go through storytelling with scrolling and having some kinds of deeper experiences here. Let me show you this example of YT Industries, a customer of us we're working very close with. You can see here, you just scroll through it, you have a 3D model, you have some more detailed things from this 3D bike frame here, and then you just get into it, you can explore it, spin it, get deeper into the pictures here. You can add audio of it. This is, German Black Forest, for example, German Schwarzwald. Think about these. You have also this sound where you hear the birds and these kind of things. And it makes it more deeper, these experiences. And this is not rocket science. You can just do it by drag and drop. And as I just talked about it, also getting 3D models and 3D data is nowadays more easy possible. And with the innovation cycle of 10x, it will be even more easier to get it in the future. You can just today, you can use the app on your iPhone and you can just picture a product. And I'm pretty sure you will be super impressed how easy and how good the quality is, how you can create a 3D model, for example, from this share here. And then you have a GLB file you can natively use in Shopware, upload and use. Another example of some of our customers here, I'm pretty sure every one of you knows these kind of use cases. It's about virtual try-ons or configuration, customizing products, and get the preview. Here's just a jewelry shop. You can see the ring. You just configure it, and then you get a preview out of it before purchase or before order, right? Or at least these home try-on things where you have the AR effect and then you have the rendering, and you can place it inside the room. Of course, all of these things supporting and helping you to reduce the returns, reducing in the end the cost because you have a better customer experience. Also in the B2B space, very quickly, we have customer Nero, for example, in the industry part where you just can configure here these machine parts, and then you get the preview immediately rendered about what you're configuring, and you get a totally better understanding about and a feeling about how the item you're going to purchase looks like, right? And this is all possible today. You can do it, you just need to use it. And also if you might think about it, okay, how should I get this 3D data as I just stated? And I'm pretty sure if you are, or at least most of the companies have CAD data files available. And also today, it's possible to get the CAD data files out of your system and generate out of it these open source GLB files. This is the 3D data file, and then you can just simply upload it in the Shopware Media Manager, and you can use it. It's natively working, and then you have the 3D model just inside your store, into the storefront. People can just rotate and circling around your product, get a better impression about it and better understanding about it. So it's not rocket science; it's working. All right, another feature we showed is the scene editor. So you have inside Shopware, then you can see it on the right top, right? These where you can go into 3D models if you have uploaded it, and then you can just change the background, the color of the item. And the interesting thing is you can auto-generate images out of it. And if you think about it, if you have products, and we have customers, we were talking about Wortmann, right? This is the shoe company, very well known for Tamara shoe or Oliver shoe. If you think about it, you just can generate new sample items out of the variants in new colors, new perspectives automatically at scale. You don't need to have a photograph for it. At least you don't have to need the item at all. You can just show a lot of variants of the product by not having it in stock or at a shelf in your retail store, for example, right? So this is a very powerful feature to extend your library, your product library, and showing the variants and so on in there. And saving you, of course, a lot of cost. Just one example, just to show you, we are experimenting a lot. And this is the Apple Vision Pro. This is Marie from our product team, just using it, going into a Shopware shop. And as you can see, you can just grab the item out of it, right, with your hand, and place it into, here's the Shopware office, right, the coffee machine. She placed it here to get a better feeling about it. Just an example to show you that it is seamlessly working already today, what you can do with Shopware with just using these features we already have inside. I'm not saying everyone will carry an Apple Vision Pro in the next couple of days. This is not my point, right? But I think it's important to be future-proof and that to be ready and aware of with the pace of innovation that is coming along our path. All right, this about spatial and all these 3D features we are implementing. And but honestly, there's a lot of more things. Ask me afterwards if you're interested in. We have a lot of more features and cool things that we are currently innovating and bringing into the software. We have AI Copilot. I think that we released it in 2023 in May. We were one of the first ones who really, my brother was always really into these GPT files, GPT-2, and was always experimenting hard with it. And we used it, and we wanted to give the toolings very quickly to the merchants and asking the merchants about how they would like to use AI features and so on and so forth. We did some researches, user group trainings, and so on with it. And we ended up nowadays with 12 or 13 AI features we have integrated in Shopware you can use. It's called AI Copilot. It's these sparkling stars inside the administration. You can find it in some places. And then these features will at least automate for you things, right? As you can see here, some examples. You have image keywords. The AI goes over it, identifying it, and make you some recommendations to tag these images. Or for sure, these easy ones like product descriptions, where you can use the AI Copilot to generate product descriptions. You can do with the AI. You can also export your data. You're just asking in the search, please export me all B2B customer groups, and then you get a CSV export out of it in the administration, and so on and so forth. Guess what is the most used feature here from our Shopware customers? It's the review summary. It's a very, very small tweak, right? It's just going through all your reviews you have at your Shopware shop, and then it makes a summary and a conclusion right just on top of it, so that the customer not has to read everything and just make it. That's the most used feature. Of course, it's not rocket science again, but I think also the small things and the small tweaks and twices you can already use today are very, very valuable for you guys at all, or at least for everyone. Some examples I have here that might be interesting for you is the search, because we're also experimenting and launched the search in the front end right now for AI. So you can see here the sparkling stars in the front end for the shopper, and you can have now native language here, right? In this example, it's about fashion. It's just outfit for summer vacation, and you can enter your prompt there. And then the AI will crawl all your data and give out a more personalized search result page that is based on the prompt and, of course, on what you are looking for. In these terms you can see here, perfect for seaside holidays and so on. You can search in natural language on any device and integrate more cross-selling. Interesting is, if you think about it further, we have now customers trying it out in the pharma industry, right? Makes a lot of sense. If you have, something you are looking for, you can prompt it more natural, right? And if you think about the younger generation that is nowadays more used into using ChatGPT and so on, they're growing up with, for them it's most likely natural to do prompts. Think about Apple Intelligence. Think about everything that is coming along our path. This will be very, very important to speed up to, I'm pretty sure. One other example is search by image. So also here we're using the AI. You can just, in the Shopware shop, you can upload an image. For example, with your iPhone, you just make a picture, right? And you put it into the search, fire it up, and then you're searching for it. And what the AI is doing, they're just screening the image you are uploading and get all the meta tags, all the files, all the prompts out of it and put it into the search, so that you can then also identify on this direction similar products, for example. This is also a powerful feature for B2B, by the way. I have spoken to a dentist shop where, if you think about it, the employee of the dentist, right, needs to know exactly the item or the tool they are using they want to reorder. And then they can simply take out her iPhone or their iPhone, make a picture out of the item and put it into the shop to identify the right product she needs to reorder, right? So also in this kind of directions, there's a lot of things going step by step now in this way. We as Shopware see us as an incubator. We're not the only one who, of course, as I experienced going open source, can innovate. We need people from different industries, verticals, agencies, partners, technology partners, merchants, brands, manufacturers. We need all of them, all of you, to innovate. So we see us as an incubator to giving you the tooling, giving you the platform, but at least it's all about what you're making out of it. This is why I strongly believe in community building and evolving the community further and further. And I'm pretty proud that 48% activity increases across all channels at Shopware right now. I see also a strong increasement in the US market. This is also very, very cool to see. So this is ongoing and growing. It makes a lot of fun. And now a sneak peek on something we're going to release very, very soon. It's a new project inside the Shopware organization. We're going to make it public. It's currently in the beta mode. It's accessible. It's already working. Maybe, I don't know, if some of you have already access to it. We are just inviting a lot of people right now to experiment with it. It's called Community Hub. It's a central stage at Shopware where you find all community activities there. You can have a profile there. You will have some kind of learning lessons, gamification approaches, learning passes. You can collect experience points. And it's all depending on the role, what you are. If you are, let's say, a front-end engineer, if you are a designer, or at least it's all role-based. And then you can enter it into it, and you can start your learning lessons, right, with gamification approaches and lessons, and so on and so forth. And then you get these points, and you can show also the other community members. Just to give you an example of what we're currently building. So these track, and also community people will add their own classes and own content into this space. So this will come this year, and I'm really excited about it. Well, this was a quick run through from my side, from where we came from, where we are today, and give you a little bit of a glimpse into where we're heading to, and our path into the future, and how we see digital commerce in the future. Thank you very much, guys, and I'm here for some questions for you. Thank you.